YouTube, welcome to an epic 4v4 siege battle in Total War Warhammer 2. I'm excited to bring you this one. It's going to really show off the Shadow and the Blade with a Skaven team, a four-player Skaven team versus a four-player Dark Elf team. Each one is rocking a unique faction with its legendary lord, so I think you all are going to enjoy this one. Plus, we've got the Bloodfire map here, which is Bloodfire Falls, I believe is what it's called. Just an absolutely amazing map. So spectacular background for a spectacular battle. Let me introduce you to all the Skaven players here. I'm not going to call out every single unit, but I'll kind of give you the gist of what their army is trying to accomplish. We're going to get Lord Skrolk, of course, with Clan Pestilence, and he has brought a very heavy infantry contingent of a lot of Storm Vermin in a front line with a lot of Plague Monks in the back, some supportive units in the very back, and then he's going to also have some Rat Ogres and Artillery supporting Clan Pestilence. Now, for Clan Scryer, led by Icketclaw, there are two Doom Wheels, one of which he is rocking. There is a Clan Eshin Sorcerer as well, and some very, very elite infantry here. There's several unit of Council Guard. No unit caps were on here, obviously, and then there are some Blight Scabs Plague Pack units, as well as Rat Ogres ready to help guard the flanks, and then going to be a whole bunch of part of Clan Eshin, which is led by the Deathmaster Snitch. He's got some Eshin Triads here in the front, supported by an Eshin Sorcerer. Clan Rictus, of course, is going to be led by none other than Tretch Craventail, who has his army spread all about while he is kind of hiding back here amidst all of these heavy infantry. The right flank of the Skaven is quite weak, though Clan Rictus does have some Storm Vermin and Plague Monk Censor Bears and other units very spread out over here, but they are there. And let's go take a look at the Dark Elf armies. There's actually already an engagement early out here. A Doomfire Warlock of the Cult of Pleasure has gotten a hold of some of Clan Eshin's skirmishers, and then they've got Malekith, who is leading Nagarond. He is supported by a Master unit, and you can see Malekith in his Cold One chariot. Marathi is here to represent the Cult of Pleasure. Look at this, she's got a Blood Rack Shrine and a Death Hag on a Blood Shrine. A huge army of Witch Elves and Sisters of Slaughter, and they are supported by some Cold One Knights, and they also have some Harganeth Executioners and the Blades of the Blood Queen Executioners here, so some very hard-hitting infantry. I did not get to show you Clan Eshin yet. They have a sneaky deploy down here with a whole bunch of Death Runners and Vikstrin's Death Squad, or I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. But yeah, this is Clan Eshin. They are looking to do some sneaky action to come up through the pass here and get in behind the Cult of Pleasure. And then this is going to be Nagarond's army here. A lot of pretty standard infantry supported by a War Hydra. There is a Dark Sorcerer, some Cold One chariots. Very fun units here to see in action. Some Black Guard of Nagarond, very appropriate for Nagarond. Now, representing Haggrief, here's the Dark Sorceress. And of course we have Malice Darkblade, who will potentially be seen transforming into Zarkon during the battle. He's got a Blood Rack Shrine here with the Medusa on it. Pretty awesome stuff. Canine Assassin. And then the Red Siren of Ruin Medusa unit here, Regiment of Renown. Really good stuff. There's going to be some Cold One Dread Knights back here. Not a unit you see too often. Very powerful cavalry unit, albeit very expensive. That is going to be part of the army of the Blessed Dread, led by, of course, Lokir Fellheart, Lord of the Corsairs. He is supported by yet another Black Dragon, so full double dragon with relatively weak infantry. There's going to be some Blackheart Corsairs, good against Skaven, though. And you can see over here some Dark Riders supporting yet another Cold One Chariot unit. So let's kind of check out the fighting as it begins. I'll try and catch as much as I can, and here we go. I'm going to try and get you as much cinematic action, because this battle really lends itself to how amazing it is by just getting up close and personal to some of you. You can see here that the Dark Elves get a great early start against some of these skirmishers from Clan Eshin, and just some very light Skaven reinforcements nearby trying to push up Skaven slaves and other units. Nothing too serious here, though. We're going to get a Doombolt coming in off of these Doomfire Warlocks. These Doomfire Warlocks are not units to be underestimated against the Skaven. They can be quite effective, and you can see the Reaper Bolt Throwers in the background already starting to rain in some significant death. Now, some Skaven slaves being pushed forward to get the Dark Riders away, so we're going to see a line of Bleak Swords from Hag Grief coming up here. And they are going to come engage all these Skaven slaves. The heavier Skaven infantry is starting to move forward, but again, they are spread a little bit thin on this flank. And there's a lot of cavalry support here. Here comes some Cold One Knights. You see the Cold One Chariots. Although this is a Storm Vermin unit, they are going to be heavily overmatched by units that are quite capable of killing them. That's exactly what happened. The Storm Vermin just gets absolutely shut down. These Skaven Slave Spears will not last more than a few seconds, and so the relatively lightly deployed Skaven right flank is in some big trouble. There's Medusa and a lot of infantry and light cavalry support, and they are pushing in a big hurry. You can see Marathi's handiwork at play here. She has been harassing the Skaven actively despite being under some fire from some of their skirmishers. She has been all up in their grill, trying to cause some problems. Lokyor Felhart's troops are moving forward and about ready to engage the Skaven lines, and it's a pretty significant Skaven line back here. You can see the lighter infantry routing back, but we've got a line of Eshin Triads and Storm Vermin, though it does look like a burning head headed this way. So the Fire Sorceress going to treat these Skaven slaves to a little routing barbecue here. See the Cold One Dread Knights actually getting the dropped on here by all of these Council Guards, so this is exactly the wrong unit for the Dread Knights to be engaged with, but don't write the Dread Knights out. Very tough unit. They'll manage to try, or sorry, those are Dark Riders. They get written out very quickly. The Dread Knights are over here, actually. So yeah, the Dread Knights moving this way, so the Dark Riders getting pushed out very early, and then you can see that Clan Pestilence has engaged, but their forces just getting absolutely hammered by Marathi and everybody else. You can see Malice Darkblade trying to cut over here. Here's some of those Cold One Dread Knights pushing in, slamming into this flank. See those Council Guard getting ready to face 2 more units of Cold One Dread Knights. And these Dread Knights, ooh, yeah, they definitely don't want to be in this fight. I guess if they get a charge, they'll get some significant damage done, but these Council Guard will not rout. Oh, my charge! That was one heavy charge there. Look at that, 18 Council Guard dead on the charge. Another unit moving in. My computer is on its knees now at about 23 FPS. So, hey, you all wanted an epic battle. Some of you wanted to see corpses on the battlefield. You'll see it here, but rest in pepperonis to my performance. But hey, it's worth it. It's worth it. Gonna see a black whirlwind coming up here for the Skaven. Knight Assassin's gone around in behind some lines, able to get some damage done. You can see that Clan Pestilence infantry is just falling apart here. Skrolk is standing strong. He's already got 100-something kills here, though he did just get soul stole. I don't know if it was by Malekith or Marathi. Both of them are around. There's also a Dark Sorceress, so I guess it could have come from any number of sources. Tretch Craventail has gotten himself into a fight that will cause him to reconsider his choices in life. He's very near to a Death Hag, which means he'll be getting nerfed, and there's a Blackguard in here, so not the kind of fight that Tretch wants to be in. He prefers to fight against large targets that are somewhat immobilized. You can see that Marathi just pouring it on thick here, going for the finish against those infantry despite her own troops being there. No love from a very cold queen. See back here the Cold One Dread Knights mopping up some Deathglow Bombardiers. Knight Assassin there, looking pretty awesome. Lokir trying to clean up this flank. See, I think this is Ikit. Could be... No, it's not Ikit. It's the Regiment of Renown. It's the Warp Fire Will. Ikit's back over here, and he's taking on a Bloodrack Medusa right now, and is about to get attacked by Malice Darkblade, who is transformed into Zarkon, so let's check this out. Zarkon should have the ability to take down Ikit, especially with this Medusa around too. No reason why he shouldn't be able to get in here and do that. Ikit definitely a pretty tough unit, but Zarkon's going to be landing like 500 and something weapon damage, significant portion of which is AP. Right now though, Ikit holding his... Oh, that Medusa got a hit on him though. The Medusa also causes some pretty decent armor-piercing damage. Zarkon's hit points, of course, fall regardless. But you'll kind of catch this fight. But you can see there that, oh yeah, Zarkon really turning it up his way. Skrulk, though, looking to come in and try and keep this from happening here. That Medusa got a nice missile attack there. I don't know if you all caught that coming in. That's what that cool kind of purple look. Skrulk's going to be left to fight Zarkon. Oh! And Ikit self-destructs there. And Skrulk looking to finish off the demon. The demon's going to try... No, is he going to... No, he didn't run away. Skrulk ends up getting hit by a Bloodwrack Shrine and killed. What a death for the Plague Master. Thinking he was going to come in and play hero. But Zarkon probably won't be here for too long. I think he's about to run out of hit points. I believe he crumbles after time. Got the Sorceress down here supporting as well. That missile shot from the Bloodwrack Medusa is cool. Anyway, Zarkon caused the death of Malice's body. And the Warp Fire Wheel is going to stay in combat for a little while longer. You can see that the battle definitely leaning in favor of the Dark Elves. Not having enough defenses kind of allowed the Skaven to get picked off a little more piecemeal on the right-hand side, and then they didn't have enough left to hold over here on the left. Even though some of their forces managed to cause some pretty tremendous damage, they had to try and deal with 2 dragons, as well as quite a few hero units that were significantly powerful. So I don't believe the Skaven are in great shape at this point. There's very little left in terms of lords for them. I do believe that Tretch Craventail managed to come back from routing way back here in the back, and that some of the forces for the Dark Elves are being pushed out. Look at that, the Knights of the Ebon Claw came back from routing, even though they were being chased by these units, and they'll probably defeat them too. They might, we'll see. This is a tough unit. They've got 144 kills. Wow, that sucks for the Skaven. They were about to put all these units off the map, and they turned around and came right back at it. Poor old Tretch now caught by a War Hydra. This guy just cannot skid or flee fast enough from this battle. What's he got coming after him now? He's got some spearmen coming in to try and finish him off. Rat Ogre is going to come support him, but there's also Cold One Chariots, so Tretch in a bad place in life as well. A little bit of a fight still going on over here, but not a whole lot. Look here, trying to take on some remaining Storm Vermin, and we'll go check that one out. The Warp Fire Wheel was over there as well. Tretch won't be able to stand in this for too much longer. These Cold One Chariots and Malekith are cleaning that fight up, so let's just head over here. You can see that the wheel is pushed out. Lokir will end up being successful. Some of these Blight Scabs Plague Pack were up in the woods this whole time. They've got kills and are in pretty good shape, but really needed to be down here helping to win the infantry fight. And so just too little too late, I think, for these units to come out. They won't be able to hold their own against all of these super weapons left to the Dark Elves. Those missiles from the Bloodwrack and the Medusa are just absolutely awesome. This game is still one of the most amazing looking games out there, and it is years old. CA has just done a really wonderful job with this game. So that's going to be pretty much it for the Skaven. They are put to rout. There's just some Storm Vermin, the Council Guard over here. That's really all that's remaining. I'm going to fast forward. They get their own at the hands of the Cainite Assassin and Malekith, who's going to swing over here. But what an epic battle, folks. What an epic battle. Great map. Great ambiance here. And a huge fight. It's been a long time since we've gotten to see a 4v4 in this game. And the 4v4s are a lot of fun. I would recommend to people that, you know, take a chance. Try them out. Come join my Discord. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you want to take a break from it after you join, that's fine too. You're not going to hurt our feelings. You can come in there, find people to play these types of games with, and just have a good time. Have a good time. I promise you, I've never had someone join the Discord and then tell me, Air, I really wish I hadn't joined this Discord. It's awful. No, people like it. There's a lot of great people there. I've got some awesome moderators. We've got threads for talking about your campaigns, for posting replays, asking for help, talking about builds and strategies, and then getting together and playing games. There's voice chat channels. You can find people to play multiplayer campaign with. It's great. You definitely need to come join it. Anyway, thanks to Puggington, Melons, Taboo Jazz, Black Lasher, Soggy Apples, Dominus, Guanus, and JG. Appreciate you all playing. For Puggington, Malekith just really brought home the bacon for this army. Some pretty impressive kills. And as for Captain Melons here, love the work done by the Medusa units. And then, of course, these Dread Knights, really cool units here. Don't get to see those too often. Obviously, this is some high funds and stuff, so you got to see a lot of that. The Blessed Dread was just dreadfully terrifying, I'm sure, for Skaven, having to take on 2 Black Dragons and then a couple of Cold One Dread Knights. That is some very heavy stuff for the Skaven to try and swallow there. And then we're going to... These Doomfire Warlocks and this Dark Rider, incredible number of kills for such light units that sometimes may feel like a questionable pick, but I love like the kind of Witch Elf and Sister of Slaughter theme to this army with a few Executioners. Marathi really in there, getting a lot of damage done, even though her kill count isn't particularly high. And Skrulk, being the tough as nails type of character he is. Dominus in here with the cool Clan Eshin build that was very Clan Eshin-y. We had the Triads and Death Runners and all kinds of sweet units here, Gutter Runners. I love the theme that Dominus did. Tough break for him in this battle, but an awesome theme for Clan Eshin. And then for Rictus, trying to be a supporting piece, he was just kind of, I think he got deployed way too wide across that right-hand flank. I think if he would have stuck closer to Clan Pestilence and to Scryer, may have been able to hold out significantly longer, because he did have some tough forces, but when they got spread out, they were able to be singled out and destroyed some of those flanks. And then as for Clan Scryer, all this Council Guard and then these Blightscab's Plague Pack, again, needed to be there earlier in those infantry fights to try and hold back that just crazy assault from the Dark Elves on the right-hand flank of the Dark Elves, or the Skaven left-hand flank. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this one. Can't wait to be making more for you. I'm going to sign off for now, but we'll be back. We'll keep diving into all the content. We got a lot of it. I am waiting on a few more mods to update. I'm going to try and get the Gorok campaign restarted. I'm trying to use the exact same mods. Some of them may not update, so I've got to do a little tinkering and make sure that it's going to work properly. We're going to keep the new campaigns going. HeirofCarthage signing out. I will see you all soon.